On behalf of the Boxing Voice, I'm here with Mr. Eddie Hearn. Eddie, I'm super impressed by your stamina. Yesterday, I was waiting online to speak to you. You jetted away, but I couldn't even say anything because you were speaking nonstop for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So tell me about the stamina that's required to be a professional boxing promoter.
It's not just stamina, it's the ability to overcome problems and arseholes and drama and deceit and all these things that makes the boxing business the worst business in the world, but also the most exciting. But when you love what you do, it's easy. So my job is to talk all day. So people keep saying to me, I don't know how you do it. How do you do it? So that's my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was cleaning out trash, people might say to me, how do you clean that out all day? That's what I'm paid to do. And I'm paid to talk. So they roll me out and they go and talk to him. I go over there and I finish and they go and talk to him. But I love what I do and I speak with passion because I believe in great nights. I believe in boxing. And when you get a show like this, it's so easy to keep that same energy in all these interviews because I truly cannot wait. And thanks for the water, by the way.
No,
That was a nice
absolutely my pleasure. Yesterday, I couldn't imagine how you could do it for that long. Speaking of which, you've worked now with the youngest promoter in the game.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Eddie, I don't know if you think that that's Devin Haney or Jake Paul, but either way, they're young promoters in the game. You've worked with the older promoters in the game, Bob Arum. What are the prime years for a boxing promoter? Are we talking about the 40s, which you're in right now? Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, look.
When does it all come together?
The problem is a lot of people want to have promotional companies, but never want to lose any money, right? So I always used to joke with Devin about Devin Haney Promotions. It's like, you want to go on a poster, but what when we lose a few 100,000, are you in for half? Oh no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that it's a mixture. Like when I was promoting in my early 30s, I was probably a bit arrogant, like ballsy, like me against the world, chip on the shoulder, fuck everybody. But that's always been my way. And people say to me sometimes, don't you think you should try and like quieten down a little bit and get better relationships with people? But that's not what's made me who we are. But you do mature and you do understand that you can't just go out and annoy people and upset people. But that gets people talking as well. So there's a fine line. Like,
Shirley Winkle comes to mind.
Shirley Winkle, yeah, but looking back, did I play that right? The fact is, they didn't really want to do the fight, in my opinion. But I don't think I helped.
I was actually thinking the other day that maybe Tyson Fury should thank you for that. I mean,
Maybe,
if
yeah.
that fell apart, I mean, that's a big reason he got the Wilder fights, right?
I had enough talks about the Wilder fight to believe they actually didn't really want that fight at the time. It's old history. And when I started to get pissed off that they didn't want it, and that's when I was calling Shirley Winkle and that kind of stuff. And looking back, it was funny. I think maturing. Back to your question, the best age, maybe where I'm at now. You know, still full of energy and ballsy, but probably a little bit more diplomatic at the same time.
There you go. First time I saw you here at the Garden, Eddie, was for the Ruiz Joshua fight, or Joshua Ruiz, I should say. I mean, biggest weigh-in I'd ever attended. Huge event, especially considering it was kind of a late-minute replacement opponent. How does the feeling of this event at Madison Square Garden compare, in your eyes, to the kind of the feeling you had around that Joshua introduction in New York?
This feels like one of the biggest shows and fights I've ever done. That was the World Heavyweight Championship. AJ is a huge global star. We sold out that night. I reckon we had 12,000 Brits fly over for that fight. This time, I've just been told actually that nearly half of the crowd are travelling from the UK and Ireland. So you're going to see tomorrow, the weigh-in's in here. This place will be full up tomorrow. And I think I've commented a lot this week that this fight may be the biggest fight I've ever been involved with, but for different reasons. Like different kind of media, different kind of field, different kind of industries supporting the movement of women's boxing. But as I've said before, forget women's boxing. This fight's here on its own merits. And that's what will give women's boxing longevity. Every female fighter on the planet of significance is here this weekend. Because they see it, wow, this is, things are moving in the right direction. And you see a great fight.
Last question.
Yeah.
AJ, he's been out of the ring for a while.
Yeah.
Huge event at Tottenham Hotspur's Arena. My dad's actually from North London, originally from Islington, so I know that area very well. Is he ready for the rematch? What are your views on that?
I think he's ready for the rematch. He's in a great frame of mind. You know, he just watched Dillian Whyte against Tyson Fury. He wants to get back in there. He realises the mistakes he made in that fight, and he wants to try and rectify them. It's a very tough fight. Usyk is, you know, pound for pound #2 in the sport right now, I feel. And but he's ready. He's ready to get in there, and hopefully after Canelo Alvarez, we will announce that fight.
Eddie Hearn, thank you so much on behalf of the Boxing Voice.
For the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.